He didn't start as a monster. He started as something worse. A single black notebook, half buried on the ground, with 7 words written inside its cover. The woman whose name is written in this notebook shall die. Most people would call it a prank. Light Yagami called it a test. That's the first sign of what he already was. Chapter 1. The seed was already there. Here's the uncomfortable truth about Light Yagami. The death note didn't corrupt him, it revealed him. Psychologists call this the disposition situation debate. Are people shaped by circumstance, or do circumstances simply expose who they already were? Light is a textbook case for the second answer. Before he ever touched the notebook, Light was already bored. Brilliant but bored. He lived in a world with no resistance, no challenge worthy of his intellect. And a mind like that, starved of friction, doesn't stay dormant. It looks for something to test itself against. The notebook didn't hand him a God complex. It handed him proof that the God complex he already carried was justified. Chapter 2. The first skill and the logic of justification. Light's first victim was a criminal on live television. Taking hostages, Light watched, wrote the man's name and watched him die of a heart attack seconds later.
I repeat, the suspect is now dead. Dead?
Notice what he left. Not horror, confirmation. This is where the psychology gets dangerous. Light didn't kill randomly, he killed criminals, and that single choice let him build something every tyrant in history has needed: a moral cover story. He wasn't a murderer, he was a judge, he wasn't taking lives, he was cleansing the world. This is called moral disengagement, a term from psychologist Albert Bandura. It's the mental process by which ordinary people convince themselves that harmful acts are actually justified. Even righteous soldiers use it. Cult leaders use it. Bureaucrats signing off on atrocities use it. Light just had a notebook that made the results instant. Chapter 3. Power doesn't corrupt, it reveals and then it accelerates. There's a famous saying, power corrupts, absolute power corrupts absolutely. It's a nice quote. It is also incomplete. Power doesn't just corrupt, it removes the brakes. Every human being has impulses toward control, judgment, even cruelty held in check by consequences. Fear of punishment, fear of social rejection, fear of being wrong in front of someone who matters. No police could catch him, no jury could try him. Even the people who loved him couldn't imagine he was capable of it. And once a person realizes there is no ceiling on what they can get away with, the question stops being should I and becomes why wouldn't I. This is why he didn't stop at criminals, task force members who got too close, innocent FBI agents, their spouses, people who were never a threat to justice, only a threat to him. The mask of justice was never load-bearing, it was decoration. Underneath, it was always the same thing, a man addicted to being unaccountable. Chapter 4. The God complex is a survival mechanism. Here's the part most people miss. Light didn't build the Kira is God identity because he was arrogant for no reason. He built it because he needed it. Once you have killed thousands of people, your mind has two options: collapse under the weight of what you have done, or construct a belief system large enough to hold it. Light chose the second option, and psychology has a name for that. It's a form of cognitive dissonance resolutions. When your actions and your self-image don't match, something has to give. Most people adjust their actions. Light adjusted his self-image upward until it was big enough to justify everything underneath. it. By the end, he wasn't lying when he screamed that he was justice. He believed it completely. That's not confidence, that's a mind that broke a long time ago and rebuilt itself around its own atrocities. He didn't just want to win, he needed Al to lose, specifically because Al was the only person alive making him feel small again. And now, here's the warning. Light Yagami's story isn't really about a magic notebook. It's about what happens when a brilliant, unchallenged mind is handed total power with zero accountability. The real question Death Note asks isn't what would you do with the notebook. It's this: who are you when nothing can stop you? Light Yagami answered that question, and the answer was a monster.